Hey, it's guys, I'm doing a custom card video for you guys. So I've done a lot of custom cards for this video. So yeah. So there's gonna be a variety of custom cards from Final Fantasy, Magic, and Yu-Gi-Oh. So more Yu-Gi-Oh than anything else, but yeah. So as you guys can see, I just finished this one before this video, so you guys can still see a little bit of wet, but this is purple. It didn't show it very well on the camera. Unfortunately, it looks more like blue, but it is purple, so yeah. But definitely a very, very cool one. And then another one I did that's purple, so I wish the purple would show a little bit more better on the camera, but it is what it is. But yeah, another very, very cool one. That's one of my favorites that I've done for Final Fantasy with the next one that I'm about to show you. This is one of my favorite characters now from Final Fantasy, and his backstory on him is just so crazy. It's actually really amazing, his backstory. So, but he's also down in purple, so yeah. So, and then this is another one that I did in purple. So yeah. I've done a couple more Final Fantasy ones, but I'll get those. Oh yeah, and I did a couple Pokemon too. I forgot about that. So, Pyring Pegasus. So the wings are red, and then the skin is purple. So, with the blue background. So I think that looks really, really good. It looks more better in real life than it does from the camera. So, but yeah. And then also did DeLorean. Just the background's blue, like a dark blue, so it looks really, really quite good. With the secret rare look, I just really, really like that. So, and then I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I actually did a couple ultimate rares. Yes, I know they're more collector's items, but and when you see what I've done to this with the purple and the everything, is like it just looks so good on the card with it being ultimate rare. So, and then uh, for some Pokemon stuff that I've done. So this actually looks really cool. I really actually like how I did this. So first one that I did, I'm not gonna show because I tried to do something else with it and it didn't work out, and it still looks cool, but I just don't really care for it as much. But this looks really cool. I basically, you guys can still see the text just a little bit, like right there in the reflection, but I made it basically a complete full art, and so it looks just so good. And yeah, I'm just really like how this turned out. So because it's also a full art as well, and so it has that glossy feel to it, that full art texture. So, and then I did Kabayan, which this looks really, really good as well. The full arts take quite a bit of time to dry compared to anything else. So I didn't mind that as much, but yeah, these look really, really good. And then I did a couple breaks. So Xerneas break. You guys can't really see the name, but this is Xerneas. And then I did Lectray. I probably need to do this with the purple around here, but I haven't gotten to it yet. And then I did Lugia break with the black with the red lightning. So, and then this is gonna be a longer video than normal because there's a lot of stuff to go through. So more Final Fantasy stuff that I've done. This is more blue background. It's just kind of like the other one that I showed you, but it's blue instead of purple. So yeah, I've done a couple of them like that. And then did him the same way because I do have a purple one. The purple one is in this hand, so yeah. So, and then I did Fenrir the same way with purple or with blue. So there's a purple one, which you guys saw at the beginning, and then there's a blue one. And then Dragon is purple all around, so yeah. So I just really like how some stuff really looks. This looks so good. And then I know I'm going to get a lot of crap for this, but I have reason behind it. So I did the Secret 1000 Dragon. I debated on it for a long time whether I was going to do this or not. And it's also first edition. And I'm sure you guys are probably thinking, like, why did you do it to a first edition Secret 1000 Dragon? Well, if you look at the top corner, it's like heavily damaged. And so, as you guys can see in the back, it's really, really heavily damaged. So, like I said, after debating on it and seeing the condition, I didn't really mind it. If it was a near mint first edition one, I would not have done this to it. But since it's heavily damaged, then, you know, I kind of figured I don't really mind doing it to a heavily damaged one, so. But yeah, if it was first edition near mint, I would not have done that. But since it's damaged, then, you know, I don't mind too much. So, yeah. And then XYZ Dragonkin, it's more hard to tell on this one, but I did do the background blue. So I went around like all the blasts and everything and just made it really blue. You can see it more better in real life than the camera actually does justice for it. So, but yeah, it looks really, really quite good. And plus, I have another Secret XYZ Dragon can too that I'm using, so I don't really mind doing it to one. So, and then another Kaminari Final Fantasy card. I just did this part and then that blue, and then I pretty much just left the rest of the background and how it was. So, really pretty cool on that. And then, so these next two are pretty much the same in terms of name, but one's foil, as you guys can see, and then one's non-foil. So these look really cool. The foils take forever to dry in Final Fantasy. I pretty much was gone the 5 days, and it was still uh, it was almost dry, but it wasn't quite there. So I just put it in the sleeve very slowly. I had, done this to it. I had kind of spread out the top so that way it wouldn't catch on the edge, and it seemed to work. So, but yeah. So that's pretty much it for the Final Fantasy cards that I've done. So yeah, now back to Yu-Gi-Oh! And then some Magic that I've done. So terraforming, as you guys can probably see the gloss from the. So I did the outside ring in like a green, and then I did the green, and then the blue, and then the whole space has been done in like a black, as you guys can see. So it actually looks really, really cool. I actually really like how I did this. So yeah. And then Dark Magical Circle. I did the outside, this part in purple, and then I did the inside in like a dark blue. So yeah, looks actually pretty cool. It looks more better in real life than it does on camera, which a lot of these cards actually do, but I still thought I would show you. And then the VW Tiger Catapult. So I did the outside in the dark blue, and then I did the lighting, of course, in red. Looks actually really cool. As the camera would do it more better justice, but it is what it is. And then I did Dragosack. It was kind of hard to figure out what to do with this. So I just kind of did the best I could with it. So yeah. And I know a lot of these cards I can't use in tournament play, but they still look really, really amazing. So yeah. And then so I did this. So I did the red with the red pen, and then did the green, and then I did the blue. So I went around all the pointy spots and the diamond in the card. So but yeah, looks really, really quite good. And then did this. So this one may be a little bit harder to tell, but I did the outside in red, like the background. So, but yeah, still looks really, really quite good. I actually like the background on that one in red. And then I did the background on this one in blue, as you guys can probably see a little bit. So, yeah. And then I did this one in blue as well. I know it's the game promo, but again, it's heavily damaged, so I don't mind as much. If it, like I said, if it was a mint one, then I would not have done this to it. But since it's heavily damaged, then I don't really mind too much doing it to that. So, and then this one I have two of it. This was the little bit worse one condition. So yeah, looks really cool with the blue as part of the background. So, but yeah. And then there's still quite a bit to go through, so like I said, sorry for a longer video, but I really want to show you guys what I've done with some of the stuff. So I did a few magic cards. The Magic ones are a lot more harder to color than Yu-Gi-Oh! And Final Fantasy. But I did the best I could. So there's one, which is a horse token. The one thing that's happening is that it was, if you guys can see the creases or the white marks a little bit, it was one to dry like really weird. So, yeah, that's one thing that I was having issues with. But, same thing with the Crescent Summer. It was just one to dry like really weird. So, but that's why the thing that Magic the Gathering is made out of, or they make their cards out of, is that they're actually English instead of Yu-Gi-Oh! And then Final Fantasy, where their cards are like probably part Japanese. So their card stock is a little bit more different. So, but yeah, I really like how I did the purple and then the blue on this part where his body is, but yeah, it's just really quite hard with the deuce on those. And then there's one other one that I really like. Yeah, it's another Magic the Gathering card, but this one is one of my favorites that I've done. So I know this is kind of basic blue, but it just looks really quite good with the centaur look. So yeah, so that's one of my favorites I've done for Magic. But now for more, the rest of it should be Yu-Gi-Oh! So as you guys can probably tell, I did the darker planet, or the black and black, and then I did the sphere in blue, and I did the boosters a little bit, but yeah, I mainly just made it mostly black, so looks really pretty cool. And then this one, so I did the unicorn blade red, and then did the skin purple, and then his lightning stripes red. So really quite cool with it coming through the glass and everything. And then another one that you guys will probably not really like too much, but I have a reason behind it. So another alternate rare that I did, but I did the blue background, but as you guys can see, it's a little bit like play or damage. So again, I didn't really mind it too much. If it was near mint, then I would not have done it. But since it does have the damage on it, then I don't really mind too much. So, and then these two basically go together. So I did Pitch Dark Dragon with the blue background, and then did the Dark Blade, the Dragon Knight, with the blue background as well. Oh yeah, I forgot I actually did that. So I actually do have Guardian of the Throne Room on the back of this too. So yeah, I forgot that I actually did him. But yeah. And then I Pendulum Dragon. So I did part of it purple and then part of it blue, just to see how well it would look. It didn't turn out actually too bad. I actually really like how it turned out, so yeah. And then this one, I'm gonna have to pull out the one sleeve for better viewing for you guys. So I did the background like the dark blue, so it makes it kind of stand out a little bit more. So yeah, looks really quite cool. And then another ultimate error that I did, which is lightning tricorn. I specifically ordered this card just to do this to it. But whenever I got it, it was a little bit dinged on the sides. Not necessarily the back too much, but yeah, it just looks really quite cool. And I actually really like how they did this. So yeah, I know I'm gonna get a lot of crap for doing it to an ultimate error, but I mean, when you see how good it looks, it's like you can't beat that. I wish Konami would actually do that to some of their cards. Is, you know, not really do it in the pins, but just do the design how I have it. So I did the background in blue, and then I did some of the trees, and then I did the actual rainbow in the pins, so it stands out like a lot. It's really actually pretty cool. And then Kribo, or Link Kribo. So I did the background purple, and foil. It looks really quite cool. This is not the Shonen Jump promo. It's the one from Dual Power. So, and then Torpedo Fish. This is just a simple one. It's just the background's purple. So, pretty much nothing to really explain there. And then some of the parts of the card are actually red. Let me see if I can actually get to show a little bit. Yeah. So if you guys can actually see that, where it glows a little bit, and that's where I've done it. So yeah, looks actually pretty cool. Like I said, it looks better in real life than it does in camera, but yeah. And Cyber Dragon, I did the whole thing, the whole background in red, so looks actually really quite cool. And then MST, I did part of it like blue, as you guys can see, and then I did the lightning red, so it looks really quite cool. So yeah. And then Sapphire Pegasus. So I did the skin purple, I did the hair, or the mane, gold, and then I did the wings red, blue, with a little bit of black, and yeah, just turned out actually really cool. So, plus it's just a common, so I don't like mine too much. And then the Topaz Tiger, and then I did another Pegasus, different version, or it's still the same but different colors. So really quite cool. And then Topaz kind of made like a patriotic color because his skin is partially white, so really quite cool there. So, and then still got a little bit to go through, but we're wrapping up the custom card video, so at least close to the end of it. So Neverland Kribo, but this is just the common version. And I did the outside of it blue. So yeah, and then Gradius. Had to do Gradius, or at least one, the Korean version. So it's really quite cool with the one little lightning ball and then the rest of it blue. Looks really quite cool. And then I did two Lupine, one's black skin, blue water and red trees and all that. Looks actually really quite cool. So yeah, looks really cool. And then this one I did kind of a variety of colors. I did the trees green with a little bit of black, just to show like a little it's like darker inside the trees the farther that you go in. So yeah, trying to do a little bit of that. It looks actually really pretty cool. And then the Orca, I had to do one use. This is one of my favorite decks I like playing. And plus I have 3 still foil ones, but still really quite cool. And then I have 3 of these as well, and so I had to do one to this. Just because this was my favorite, or one of my favorite cards back when I had played it, which was my very first video on the channel, or one of the very first ones. So, but yeah, this just takes me back just looking at this. So, from when I very first played it, although it was just a super rare one, but still, I was really excited about that day. And then Submarine Roid did the background in darker blue, and then did the this in the light blue. So, and then the heavy freight train Devil Crane looks really good. I did the black smoke and then just the background, so looks really quite cool. And then I did do a token, but I already have 2 of this, so I didn't mind too much doing it to 1. So, but yeah, looks really quite cool. And then I already have 2 of this one as well, so I didn't mind doing it to 1. Plus, it's one of my favorite old school cards from the old video game, the 2004 video game for the Game Boy Advance. So, and then Phantom Beast Rock Lizard. I pulled so many of those from my special edition of Force of the Breaker, so I didn't mind doing it to 1. So, and then last stack of custom cards that I've done. So, Aero Recharge did the blue to make it look more cool looking for the background. So, and then I know I'm going to get a lot, or quite a bit of hate for doing it to Silent Great cards, but I did Foxy and Foxer with the blue background. These look so cool with the red flame, or the flames with the blue background. This looks so cool. And then I did do one of their Exceed monsters, but where you see the blue, or where you see the flame with the blue, is like, it looks so good. Looks so good. So, and then I did one, or I did a Abductor in blue. That actually looks really good too. And then I did Zebra, Dark Zebra, and Dark Blue. Looks actually really cool too. Like I said, I really like how I did all these. And then I did Striping Partner, more of a random one, but looks really quite cool with the blue. And then Rescue Ferret, or Ferret. This one actually shows the blue with the Seeker a lot more better than the DeLorean I did, but still, when you guys see that, it's like, that looks so good. Like, so good. And then I did do one damage card, which is Rex. But yeah, this looks really good too with the blue. And then did this in blue. I did a lot of cards in blue just because it looks just really quite good. I know a lot of people have a different opinion about it, but that's how I did a lot of my cards. And then I did Firewall in blue. But again, it's like that blue with the secret just looks so good. So, and then down to last 4 cards before I end this video. Mud Dragon and blue to make it a little more look like he's in like a swampy area. So, really quite cool there. And then Underclock, I did this in blue, so just looks so good. And then Tuck Bear, you can see this actually pretty easily with the blue pen in the background. And then this one I actually did in Sharpie, and so I'll let you pull this out so you guys can actually see it. So if you guys look around the background that I did, that's pretty much where the Sharpie is. So I didn't do the claws, but I still did the background. So looks actually really quite cool. So I'll put it back in the sleeve. But yeah, looks really quite cool. And then final card for this video is Dark Flare Dragon, another one of my favorites from the old school days. So I had to do one in blue. So yeah. So that's pretty much it for my custom card video. As you guys can see, I've done quite a few. But yeah, thank you for watching this long video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next deck phone. I don't know what it will be, but stay tuned for the next deck phone. And yeah. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch y'all in tomorrow's video. Alright, I guess.